All right, yo, here we go. Turn this down. All right, yo, disclaimer. Yeah, I learned a lot of this stuff either as a witness or as a participant. So I guess you can say it's kind of like, I don't know. I guess you could say it's a philosophy because I don't got no references. You know what I'm saying? I'm basing it off of um uh my own intellect, if you say it like that. Um, so and the reason I say that is because I know a lot of people, when you get ready to listen to somebody speak about something, you want to know their accolades, where they come from, you know what I'm saying, where they getting their information from, what doctrine, what references they may have to give to you. All right. At this moment, I don't have any of that. All right. I base it off of, like I said, experiences, um, like meditations, you know what I'm saying? Meditation for me is um to dead the outside world, to silence the outside world and just let if I could say the spirit reflect in me, and fasting, get rid of impurities in my body. So my articulation is gonna be of my own, um, it's gonna be for myself. All right. Uh so yeah, we're gonna get started. All right. Like I said, disclaimer. All right. Yeah, I learned a lot of this stuff on my own or as a witness. All right. So I don't really have any sound doctrine or any references yet. I do like to reference the Bible a lot because that's where I get a lot of my understanding from. So I gotta say that. But like I said, I'm not I don't hold any titles or anything like that. All right. Oh, and I take hella notes because yeah, I bump my head a lot. So um yeah, I use my clipboard. All right, and I'm gonna go down a list, and the things that I go down aren't necessarily in order, but what I want to talk about is what I call power pullers. All right. Because I believe that we are sources of energy, right? But I believe we aren't the source of energy. I believe we pull energy from one source, God. God feeds us, and as it enters into our vessel, our minds translate that energy based off of the vessel that is entering, which it manifests as our character. So that's why you got different people, different characters, but similar spirits, right? So because the energy of God is pure, but as it enters into a vessel, that's where it begins that's where the mind and the body begins to break it down and manifest it that um um as that vessel operates. So, and that's why they say nobody's perfect. You know, I'm a representation of that, the imperfection. All right. So yeah, power pullers. You know what I'm saying? Yo, I can call a lot of these, power pullers like, I like to use common terminology like, vampires, zombies, and robots. All right. Robots are gonna be, this is what I call programs. Your robots are programmed. They're programmed to be and do exactly what the heck they're programmed to do. Um, the zombies, these are what I call they're impulsive. Most of your zombies are impulsive. So, these are your shoppers. These are people that just mindlessly shop. Oh, I gotta have this, I gotta have that, right? And then you have your vampires, right? That's just suck the energy out of people, the environment, or whatever the case may be. But these are what I call power pullers, and a lot of us have these in our lives. And what I want to do is I just want to point out some of the things that I've witnessed that they do. And with any type of parasitic energy, any type of parasite, you want to you want to be careful. You want to uh, you want to pay attention. You know, in worst case scenario, not even worst case scenario, best case scenario, yo, you get from around this this entity, if I can call it that. All right, because there's some agents out there, um, you know, that are there as, you know, those three uh to bring you down or pull you away from um pull you away from your center, right? And the reason I say is your center is because I believe that God is within. All right, and once you're off of that center, once you find yourself off of that center, then God is not able to speak to you, if I could say it like that, right? You end up following something else. And you know, like I said, God is the source. If you're not following the source of life, then I believe that's death. You know what I mean? And I compare it to, like, you know, if you could say a tree. You know, matter of fact, no, the Bible speaks about straddling the fence, right? You either are or you are not. So you either following the source or you're not following the source. And if you're not following the source, then what are you following? All right. So yeah, agreement, right? So this entity, right? Almost no matter what the situation is, right? This entity will almost never it almost always be in opposition, right? Almost be in opposition. If you have a goal that you bring up, it's always going to be something about, oh, you can't do that, you shouldn't do that, you're not going to be able to do that. They're trying to bring you down, right? What? Listen, I can't necessarily get into the why because I don't quite understand the why myself at this point that I'm in, but I notice the actions of, right? You know, and okay, so how, right? What experience do I have to notice? All right, so I was in the army for 12 years. All right, I've been to Turkey, Israel, Poland, then some neighboring countries. Um, I was a I was a leader in the army. I've attended college, all right, before I went to the military, and I've attended college after the military. I've led foreign troops. I've interacted with foreign people. So I've interacted with a lot of people. Um, I got a lot of people experience. All right. Now I'm not by no means am I judging anybody, but I'm just telling you what I noticed, what I picked up as far as uh, spirit, mind, and body. Right. So so that's what I'm speaking on. So yeah, these entities, they almost always oppose. You know what I mean? That you bring something up, they're almost never with you. It's almost like they're trying to distract you. You know what I'm saying, from a purpose. You know, if you have a purpose, they're not lifting you up. They're trying to bring you down. So in order to stay strong, in order to keep your energy up, right, to keep your energy on focus, you know, you might have to, it's a parasite. You might have to get rid of them. So, um, and the Bible says somewhere that a man is not with honor in his own town or something. I'm paraphrasing, right? So it's gonna be some of the closest people to you. You know what I mean? It's gonna be some of the closest people to you that's gonna feel like they're not with you. They're gonna feel like they're opposing you. So, so yeah, you might have to adjust accordingly. Um, Positivity. If you bring in, yeah, I notice a lot of times if you bring in positivity into the environment, they begin to say things like, oh, that positive stuff ain't about this and that, and you gotta acknowledge this and that. But it always seems like it's some dead topic or uh some dead energy subject. I've been around a lot of people that they're always seeing something negative. Like if they see figures, it's always something negative, right? I know people that they're always seeing demons, but no angels. I'm like, I'm like, yo, what does that say about that individual? You know what I mean? Like, I know they say, yeah, I hear people talking about chosen a lot, and they talk about the people that surround the chosen, right? But the Bible also says, when God is for you, who can be against you, right? Now, I understand that opposition is going to be out there, but everywhere you go and everybody you talk to, you gotta be mindful of the people that you have in your surroundings. All right. Yo, these power pullers, like to gossip, give distracting information, um, won't necessarily build, but they aim to. It seems like they aim to destroy. And I say seems like because once again, I don't want to. Heck, I don't want to down nobody, but it is what it is, man. They don't aim to build. They're not building. Even their conversation isn't building. It's always destructive. You know what I mean? There's no edification. There's always they devalue. It's always some type of devaluation. No edification. You know what I mean? No sense of making what's good better, right? It's always, if it's better, to try to make it worse. The Bible talks about the enemy kills, stealing, and destroying. So, that would be an attribute of the enemy. You know, so be mindful of that. Power pullers. Um, some some around, heck, they'll hurt themselves trying to get back at you. Fire alarm. All right, fire alarm went off. Y'all hear the kids in the background running around. But yo, I don't even know where I left off, so I'm gonna start off right here. Yo, after they down you or deny you off of something you said, whether it's constructive or whether you do it tactfully or not, they're gonna, they're once again they're gonna discredit you, right? They're gonna try to discredit you, but at the same time, when you run into them again, they might have the same message delivered by a different person, and then tell you that yo, you need to get on this type stuff, right? But that's only to cause a lower emotional response from you, right? Because that's what they're looking for, right? They're not looking to add value, they're looking to devalue. So these people, this energy, these agents, right? they're gonna um they're gonna come at you, with opposition, right? They're gonna oppose you, and like I said, be some of the closest people to you. And it's crazy, man. Listen, and I'm talking from my own experience, but it's in the Bible, man. And listen, the Bible is a hub, man. The Bible is a hub of information, right? The Bible is a hub of information. Uh, if you're watching, don't stay away from the Bible. I was told not to deny three things, right? God, Christ, and the Bible, right? So as I talk, I will reference those three, right? But I was told not to deny God, Christ, and the Bible. I found that the Bible is a hub of information, right? And I found that the spirit that Christ carried is the spirit that we are trying to achieve, the mind of Christ. So everything that we go through and experience is us trying to get to that mindset, right? But mind you that, listen, I found the enemy. I'm sorry, I learned about, man, I'm growing in God because of people like this, right? The more people like this that I run into, I don't know what it does to me, but it elevates me, man. Like I see God through those situations and those circumstances. It's hard to explain, but talking to people like that or seeing people like it elevates me. I know it sounds crazy. Um uh they know what they're doing, right? They know what they're doing. I don't care how much they act like they don't know. They know exactly what they're doing. They know exactly where it's coming from. They know their agenda, right? And it's almost, and it sounds crazy, but it's almost some form of like spell or witchcraft. Like I say, I call it power pulling. or throwing energy, right? I don't, man, I wish I was, I wish I can, I wish I can, I wish I can read like real good, because it's a lot of information out there on this. And my job is to provoke research, to provoke research. Like, don't take anything take everything I say as a grain of salt, right? But don't take everything I say literal to the point you try to live off of it. For one, I'm just a learning vessel. I'm a student on this planet, So, um, the information that I give, like I said, because I don't have any accolades like that. The information that I give is to grow up on, to add into your toolbox, to be like, oh man, that dude said, yo, look out for this. Yo, that right there looks strange. Let me do some research on that, right? Because he said look out for that, right? Now, by no means am I say walk around there in your mind and then start to, because you don't want to assume too much. You don't want to begin to judge people, right? But you do want to be cautious, or when you're around certain people. All right, so that's that. Um, yo, some of these people you'll notice if you do help them to rise and whatever, rise through, overcome whatever the situation is, they won't acknowledge it. They won't acknowledge it, right? They will not acknowledge it. And the reason is because it's raising you, it's giving you a certain status in their lives, right? Which sounds crazy, but it's giving you a certain status in their lives, right? These type of people they're self-centered, right? They're self-centered type of people, right? They want to be the highest in their lives, right? So they won't raise another person up that they're close to, right? And once again, um, don't take it with a grain of salt. Man, I want to say these type of people come far and few between, but man, my life, man, like it seems like I'm surrounded by these type of people. Now that forced me to ask myself, what type of person am I, right? Because I've known some good people, but I always seem to circle back, you know, whether I be, whatever the case may be, you know what I mean? So, so, um, so work on yourself, you know what I mean? Work on yourself. The Bible says when God is, but the Bible says when God is for you, who can be against you, right? Well, God is only for you when you connect with him, right? Because God is your center, right? So when you connect with your center, that's when you know God is for you. And when God is for you, who can be against you? That's like a light in a room, right? If you're trying to receive light from, let's say, God, right? But you have a lampshade, right? And the light is beaming to get to you, but you have a blockage there, you're not receiving. But once you lift that blockage or allow an open door for that light to flow, God says, knock and the door shall be opened unto you, right? So you have to make yourself available, to that energy, right? To the energy source of God, right? Because, and a lot of people don't want to hear this, but we try to develop a relationship with God, right? We try to develop a relationship with God, but God says you move towards me, I move towards you, right? He says move towards me, I move towards you. So how much does God care, right? If you don't care, can God care, right? So that's gonna be a topic for another discussion, right? Because right now it sounds a little crazy the way I said, but God is a God, right? God is a God. Does he emotionalize? You know what I mean? Yes, we as lower beings, we emotionalize. But God is a pure energy source. God is the source of life, right? So he provides life, right? We receive life from God. Yeah, zero acknowledgement. A lot of times, they'll let themselves they'll they'll let themselves fall before they show you had anything to do with their success. They'll let themselves fall. And when I say you, I mean if you're these type of people aren't unique. They're out there. It's a bunch of people out there like this. But these type of people aim to pull you down, man. They aim to pull you down. And you gotta be aware, you gotta be discerning. You gotta be discerning. You gotta talk to somebody. Don't try to do it on your own. You gotta talk to somebody. Talk to somebody this you know, talk to, your pastor, preacher, um, anybody that cares the knowledge, man. Anybody that cares the wisdom. Speak to them. Ask them what's going on. You don't even have to be direct. Be discreet. Ask them. But the more direct you are, the more direct of an answer they can give you. So don't be scared, man. And plus, also understand that information you give, when the answers you get back are gonna be so much more pure if you can go directly into the question that you're asking, right? So the Bible says, "Study to show yourself approved," right? If you don't study 100%, how can you receive 100% of the wisdom and knowledge? You got to go in 100%. All right. They will deny themselves to prove a point. Um, they'll let them, like I said, they'll let themselves fall if it's to make you look bad. Plot a scheme against you just to discredit you, exploit every little thing that you do. Nobody's perfect. Nobody's perfect, right? But some people try to live a more righteous life, right? And some people envy that. So they'll try to find any little hole that they can in your ear. Like me, man, if I could tell you the errors of my life on this video, starting from what I'm at 23 minutes now, I don't even know if I would still go past that. But yet I still have people telling me that I think I'm better than them. And at first I didn't understand it, but now I do. 1 second, buddy. 1 second, okay? Okay, close the door. Yeah, I like it. I like it. Close the door, okay? My two youngest babies right there. But them ones already got personality, man. 1 and 3. Now I want to talk about the light source, man. Like, when I say light source, right? Your soul is a source of energy, right? God is the source of that energy, right? When he breathed life, he breathed the soul into our human body, right? I was talking to one of my buddies the other day, and he made the point clear. He said animals didn't get life breathed into them, they just got created. Well, the life being breathed into is your soul, right? So, we got the mind, body, and spirit, right? Or shall I say spirit, body, mind. So God is a pure spirit. God is life. God is, the source of all energy, right? He flows, and I say I use he loosely. All right, be honest with you. He flows. He flows. He flows like a river into each being on this planet, right? Every being on this planet. Now, as a human, all right, we get filled with a bunch of impurities, whether it be in the mind, whether it be in the body or the flesh, right? They say crucify your flesh, but how do you crucify your flesh? If you have impurities in the body, right, because your body has memory, your body speaks to your mind, right? And if your mind isn't clear, right, you won't be able to receive from the Most High God. So you fast and you meditate, right, and you pray to open doorways. It says, knock and the door shall open to you. So you fast to rid impurities in the body. You meditate to clear the mind, right? If you fast, the body should be able to submit to the mind, right? And if your mind is clear, it should be able to submit to the spirit that's flowing into you, right? So mind, body, spirit. All right. In my music, I talk about mind, body, spirit a lot because as the river flows, right, it flows into the mind and through the body, and the body submits to its authority, right? The body submits to the mind submits to the spirit, right? Divine order, a piece of divine order, if I could say it like that. Once again, yo, do your research. Hey man, this dude sound like you. Yo, it sounds good, but yo, where is he coming from? His information? Look it up. Hey man, what the heck is this dude talking about? I think he kind of crazy. Is he hitting on anything? Look it up. At this point in my life, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't care, man. You know, when this information first started coming to me, I thought I was the only one with this information, right? But as I began to read the Bible, right, especially like Proverbs and other parts of the Bible, but as I began to read the Bible and speak to people, my brothers, I realized that. All right, hold on, baby. Hold on, baby. Close the door. I realized I wasn't the only one with this information. And I say that to say, do your research. Do your research, read, and study. Yo, as you begin to channel that energy from the Most High God, right? Some expires, some dies, and some are executed. So remember, the enemy is out there seeking whom he can devour, right? He ain't trying to devour nobody that got no energy. He ain't trying to be parasitic to nobody that has no power. So he looking for somebody to pull power from. So as you move forward, as you elevate, uh, everybody know we die. Some it dies and expires, right? So we all die. So that means our energy expires, and some are executed, right? Um, sometimes your light shines so bright, shine too bright for your environment. Now it's like, oh shoot, you know what I'm saying? How do I dead that light? How do I dead that energy? You know what I mean? But the Bible says, I believe that it says that uh if you're killed in the name of, if you die in the name of, then you still done a good deed, right? But like, I ain't saying like just be cocky with it, because now you got ego. Now you opening doors to certain realms that you don't want to have access to, if I can say it like that. But no matter how high, no energy source is to be deified, right? There's only one God. There's only one God. I don't care if a man is shooting daggone lightning bolts out his fingers or laser out his eyes. Nobody is to be deified, right? Nobody on this planet is to be deified. Nobody is to be deified, right? There's only one God. Everybody pulls from that source. They can pull from that source, right? But it is to be studied and duplicated. A light multiplied shines brighter, right? So you gotta get rid of impure emotions, right? You gotta get rid of parasitic emotions, right? So you can become an asset, right? So the light can shine together, shine as one, right? A body, right? We operate as a body, not as a cancer to a body, if I can say it like that. We're all one, man. We're all one. But it seems that division is being created on this planet, and we're finding ourselves separated for crazy reasons, man. You know, like it's crazy how it's just like yo, it's just like watching that movie Inception, man. How deep can the separation go? You know, when I was younger, the only separation I knew was race. Now we got so many different other ways of separation, right? You know, I'm gonna say this right here. You know what I'm saying? You know, I can get judged all I want to, but the Bible talks about in the end days there will be this against that and that against this. Bro, yeah, okay, that's a statement. That's not saying let it be done. Yeah, it's written, but it's not saying let it be done, right? If that's the case, why would Christ say shine that light? He said doesn't do not hide your light, right? Shine your light, right? He says something about no, I ain't even gonna go into it. But if you got a light, put that mug in a daggum lantern, you know, and let it be known. Use it as a beacon, man. You know what I mean? Some people out there, like I said, you got robots, zombies, and vamps, man. These are all programs, but robots are like programmed to do what they do. Vampires draw energy, right? Then you got zombies, you know, that are impulsive. They just impulsive. Everything is just they just not think, man. A lot of people are still asleep, man. You know what I'm saying? So they just got to be woken up, man. You know what I mean? Uh, you know, the job of the enemy is to divide and conquer, right? That's the job of the enemy. So yeah, it's raining outside. The wind blowing pretty hard. But anyway, um, yeah, that's it, man. Yo, I'm gonna get better with these videos. I'm gonna get better with speaking. You know, I might get excited, or I might get I might get excited and start, I don't know, chopping it up. I don't know, whatever. You know what I mean? But yeah, I'm gonna do more of these videos. I mean, it's my channel, so I'm gonna put on here what I feel free to put on here. You know, and anybody that sees value in the information, yo, follow, you know. I ain't really here for the money, obviously, you know what I mean? I don't got my background ain't all fluffed up. I got a daggone tank top on. Come on, man. Yo, so this is energy. This is information that I think is valuable, right? And if one can use it, right? So, yeah, if not, pass it on. But other than that, yo, I wish my viewers a lot of peace, love, and elevation.